Good morning, Grace Baptist. Happy 40th anniversary. Wow, what a blessing it is to get to be a part of this service. I'm Jacady player, and the lead pastor, Brother Scott Brown, sent me an invitation a couple of months back, and circumstances didn't allow for me and my family to be there today. But Scott had reached out and asked me to just film a quick video and kind of share my history and my experiences at Grace. And so, first of all, I will tell you that if you're in this service this morning, there's no better place to be than right where you're at. My history and experiences with Grace is Grace is home. And in fact, you can see how edgy I am right now. I'm going to not preach at you, but Grace Baptist is home. And I'm 40 years old, celebrating 40 years, and I can tell you I was fortunate and blessed enough to be part of that church family for over 30 years. And when I think about Grace, I think of others. I'm assuming it's still in the sanctuary, but as you leave the sanctuary, there's a big banner that says others. And I can remember that from way back when I was young, and that was always the focus of our church family. And at 18 I left, and church and the Lord were not even on the back burner. Come back 10 years later, and we go right back. I pick right back up at Grace where I left off, really checking the block really well, playing church. And I had my life all figured out, and what I had never stopped to realize that when you accept Christ and you give Him your life, it's no longer yours. And so after about 4 years of working in the Texas Highway Patrol, I was struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism, and my marriage was on the rocks. And the compassionate, loving, persistent heart of Brother Donnie Beebe, the absolute greatest mentor that I've ever had the privilege of being under, he stopped in and invited me to a small group in the home. And we started that in August of 2013. We went to one meeting as a favor, my wife and I did, as a favor to Brother Donnie, and as he and Scott had got this ministry started. And we went to one meeting, and my life's never been the same since. Brother Donnie really pushed me, along with Scott, out of my comfort zone, my wife out of her comfort zone, and the light bulbs went off. What they seen and what they had been doing for so many years, it finally made sense to us. And so we really got involved in the small group ministry and various aspects of the church. And about a year later, I felt called to preach, and I approached Brother Donnie and Scott, and they really just took care of me the way they always did. And that was in August of 2014, and a year later, I was fortunate and blessed to be brought in and ordained and sent to serve as the associate pastor of First Baptist Danville, Arkansas, where I am carrying on what all of those great people of Grace poured into me. And so when I think about it, home is the absolute heart. Grace Baptist has my heart, it always will, and I just don't have enough good things to say about it. I told Scott I would keep this to less than 2 minutes, but the greatest things that I've learned from being a part of Grace Baptist and being sent by Grace Baptist to go serve in another state on staff at another church is the lessons that God has allowed me to go through, that He's carried me through, that He's carried my family through, and even now watching what Brother Scott is doing and the great things you guys are doing at your church, and watching Brother Donnie, in his early 70s, that has still got fire and still pushing, still running the race, fighting the good fight. It's just all the motivation that any of us should need. So I want to wish you guys a very happy anniversary. I wish we could be there, my wife and I. Circumstances didn't allow it, but again, happy anniversary, and above all, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to win the lost at any cost and preach the gospel. Go get them. We love you guys.